What's up, everybody? We're just getting right into the Q&A. No intro, none of that. Just going to talk Chiefs. We got the Bills coming up. It's going to be a good one. The Bills are, 7-2? One of the top seeds in the AFC. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are 9-0, undefeated, the top seed in the AFC. I'm not through the full watch of the Bills game against the Colts. It was a kind of a weird game. So far, I'm almost through the first half. The Bills did win that game 30-20, and it was a bit of an odd one. You have Josh Allen, who started out pretty hot, meaning no turnovers for quite a while, but he's now had 4 turnovers in 3 games, I believe, specifically interceptions. But you've got a good Bills team. You're down Keon Coleman. You're down, who's the other option that has a banged up wrist as well? But they were relying last week a lot on Curtis Samuel and James Cook, obviously, in the run game. Josh Allen used his legs as well, ran for over 50 yards. The Bills team, man, super interesting. I'll do a full preview later this week, but they're, a top 5 offense in a lot of metrics. Like if you look at their stuff on team rankings, number 3 scoring offense, averaging 29 points per game. That's great. They are 9th in yards per play, 14th on third down, 7th in red zone touchdown percentage. And then, if you look at their defense, they're pretty good too. 9th scoring defense. That's pretty good. Holding teams to 19.3 points per game. Their weakness, if you want to give them one, is going to be on third downs. They've given up a third down conversion 21st most in the NFL, where if you look at the Chiefs on offense, they are the best offense converting on third down. So that's going to be a big one, is going to be the Chiefs moving the chains, keeping it moving. Obviously, the Chiefs on defense, number 5 scoring defense. They're top 5 in a lot of metrics, specifically against the run. Their run defense is really good. So you've got to contain Allen. You've got to contain James Cook. Something interesting to me that I saw while watching this game against the Colts is the Bills gave up 100 yards rushing to Jonathan Taylor in the first half. Now, obviously, the Chiefs don't have a Jonathan Taylor on the team, right? You don't have a Jonathan Taylor, but they've got a run game that they've been able to lean on. Kareem Hunt, a little bit banged up. Pacheco could be coming back very soon. Notably, his window to return should open up this week. Charles Omenihu's window to return already did open. We talked about that earlier today. I went live. The Chiefs are going to be opening the window to return for both Charles Omenihu and Isaiah Pacheco, but it is official today via the transaction report. Aaron Wilson reported the Chiefs designated Charles Omenihu for return from IR, which is technically the PUP list, right? He started out on the PUP list, but he's able to come back after tearing his ACL, and I don't know if he plays this Sunday against the Bills, but he is going to be back. And when your window opens, that means you can return to practice. So he's going to be able to practice with the team for the first time in any real capacity since prepping for the AFC Championship game. So that's some big news there for the Kansas City Chiefs. We will see their first injury report on Wednesday and just kind of see how people like Kareem Hunt are doing. He was a little bit banged up in that play. How Xavier Worthy is doing. He got banged up trying to catch that deep pass from Mahomes. It's going to be, definitely an intriguing game between the Bills and the Chiefs. I'm not going to read too much into this game regardless of the outcome as far as playoff implications. You've got a lot of games left after that. Obviously, the Bills could very easily walk away with the W if it goes a certain way, right? A few different ways in the Bills' favor. The Bills' defense has gotten a takeaway, I think, 12 games in a row, which is crazy. But if the Chiefs' offense can eliminate turnovers, get some more touchdowns in the red zone, something they did not do very well against the Broncos, I think the Chiefs could very well walk away with this W as well, especially with Spags and his defense doing what they do to halt the run and force Josh Allen and company to throw the ball more. And he's down at least one of his weapons, if not another. I'm trying to remember who the other receiver was. Off the top of my head, it's escaping me. But Keon Coleman has already been ruled out. So Keon Coleman has already been ruled out. But yeah, I could see this going either way, man. It's a really good Bills team. Much respect to them. The Chiefs are really good too. So it'll be a playoff preview game in some way, shape, or form, as long as both of the teams make it far enough. The Bills, they didn't make it far enough last year. But they are a great team, 7-2, much respect to them. Have the Chiefs gotten the best of them in the playoffs? Yeah. Mahomes is 3-0 against Allen and company in the playoffs, but in the regular season, it's much more, it might even be a little bit tipped in the Bills' favor. I'd have to go look it up. But the Bills have a lot of times won these regular season games where the Chiefs have won when it matters most. Either way, it's much respect. I'd be curious to know your thoughts on the game and how you think it's going to play out. Obviously, we can also talk about the Chiefs in the Broncos game. This is kind of my only live stream throughout the week. We all know that I lost my marbles when the Chiefs blocked that game-ending field goal. Leo Chanel, shout out to you, sir. That was a crazy ending to a game that I thought the Chiefs were going to lose there at the end. I mean, maybe I had little faith, but that's a 35-yard chip shot field goal, and those are made 97% of the time. I mean, that is basically a PAT. And Leo Chanel and company exploited a weakness that they saw on tape, took care of it, walked away with the W. Everybody melted down about the officiating because of one call in the second quarter. It's like, good God, dude. If it's not fourth quarter calls, it's fourth quarter non-calls on the Chiefs, right? That the Chiefs got away with, and now it's a call in the second quarter. Well, you didn't score for 2.5 quarters. Spags shut you down. You had a good game. You played well, but not well enough. You got to play till zeros are on the clock, and you got to get it done. And the Broncos did not get it done. They fall to 5-5. The Chiefs go to 9-0. I mean, that just is what it is. So, the crying about the refs, man, it just gets beyond old, but sometimes it's all you got. Got to fight for your right to party. What's up, Chiefs? Cooper missed last game and is questionable. Oh, Amari Cooper. Thank you, Sean. I'm like going through all the receivers in my head, and I'm like, there's another one. But yeah, I just kind of spaced that they traded for Amari Cooper a month ago or so, before the trade deadline. So yeah, Amari Cooper, he did not play last week, and he might not play this game as well. So that would be the Buffalo Bills without two of their top wideouts. Again, Curtis Samuel got involved in the last game. You got Knox, you got Kincaid. Those guys are going to get involved as well. And then Josh Allen, that guy can ball. So he'll be able to use his legs. James Cook is a great running back. It's going to be a fun game. Grim Reaper week? Heck yeah, bro. Amari Cooper is expected to play. Yeah, I think they're both, Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper have a wrist issue. Keon Coleman's is more serious. To already rule him out, he's going to miss a few games. That sucks, but just part of the game, right? Juju Smith-Schuster's been gone a few games, and I think he is trending towards playing this week. So you could see for the first time Travis Kelce, Juju, and D-Hop kind of all working together, and I'm very intrigued to see how that goes. Mahomes plays great versus good teams. Yeah, I feel like most of the Chiefs and Bills matchups, they've been great. Chiefs, Bills, maybe like history. Yeah, here we go. Could zoom in and see it. Most of the Chiefs and Bills games, man, they've been, let's go to 2020. Go to 2020 when Mahomes and Allen were both playing. A couple of them haven't been close, but more recently they have. I need you to go away because I'm looking at this. But in 2020, Chiefs won 26-17. In 2021, the Chiefs, wait, am I reading this right? Yeah, they won 26-17. Is this showing the Bills? Yeah. Then in 2021, the Chiefs won 38-24. But next season, so that was playoffs. That was AFC Championship game. Then regular season, the Bills won 38-20. That was like a really bad stretch of games for the Chiefs, Mahomes and company in particular. But then in the AFC Championship game, the Chiefs won. That was the 13-second game down to the wire. Hey, get out of here. Then in the regular season again, where are we at here? October, the Bills won by 4. So they won by 4 in this game. I'm trying to remember exactly what went down on this game. I think that was where Mahomes tried to target Sky Moore at the end of that game and got picked off. They were playing zone on one side, man on the other. Mahomes got. He admitted it, and well played. And then this game that the Bills won, this was last year, and this was, if you remember, Kadarius Toney caught a lateral from Travis Kelce and took it to the end zone near the end of the game, but Kadarius Toney got flagged for offensive offsides. And that's when Mahomes flipped out on the officiating. Both Mahomes and Andy Reid got fined. And then, I believe that was the game. I believe I'm getting these games right. And then 2024, yeah, AFC Championship game, Chiefs won by 3, and they were, no, this isn't the AFC. Divisional. Sorry, AFC divisional game. Because they played Buffalo on the road, beat them by 3. The crowd threw snowballs at them as they left, and then the Chiefs took on the Ravens in the AFC Championship game on the road. This was the whole Mahomes has never played a road playoff game before. We don't know if he's going to be able to win. They're underdogs. They beat the Dolphins in the wild card, and then they go into Buffalo, take down Josh Allen and the Giants that were the Bills. Then they go into Baltimore. Then they take down Lamar Jackson and the Giants that were the Ravens, and they were underdogs in that game too. Then obviously they went to Super Bowl 58. They were underdogs in that game too and won that game. It's been a wild one. The Chiefs have won 15 games in a row, man. It has been insane. Mahomes turned heel. Yeah, I mean, he did turn heel, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not like it was intentional. You got to think when the Chiefs first started winning with Mahomes, everybody was cheering for the Chiefs. You guys remember that? It was weird. We're like, yeah, let's go. Like, what the heck? People care about us. What is going on? They're winning. But then obviously they keep winning, and people are like, all right, I am sick of you winning. You're done. Now they scrutinize anything, complain about anything. I already see Bills fans, based on who the referee is this Sunday. I don't even remember his name. The Chiefs are 5-0 again with this ref. Fans are already complaining and melting down, saying the refs are going to bail the Chiefs out and they're going to win this game. It is crazy. Yeah, I saw Sneed's post. Somebody said, did anybody see Sneed's post earlier? Yeah, he posted like a shrug emoji or some emoji online on Twitter, and you could tell he's not exactly happy over there. I mean, it's not going great with the Titans. Kincaid's not healthy for the Bills either. I think he's going to play, right? I mean, we'll see what the injury report looks like, but yeah, I mean, at this point in the season, man, you're heading into, what is this, week 11? A lot of people are banged up, and I mean, that includes Mahomes. You've got Wanye Morris for the Chiefs banged up, left tackle. Obviously, we saw Kingsley Suamataia take his place, and it was scary as hell to see that happen, and it actually freaked the coaching staff out so bad that they were basically like, Wanye, can you please come back out here? I mean, that's not exactly how it went down, but to see him questionable to return and then end up returning later in the second half was like, bro, we need you. Can you do it? Obviously, if he was hurt that bad, he wouldn't have done it, but yeah, left tackle's an issue. Donovan Smith is ready. He's game ready. Or football. He's in football shape, rather. Oh, yeah, Island Hacker. Dude, Island Hacker just asked a question that I was talking about. He said, any news on Donovan Smith? I mean, he's ready. He said, I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was Nate Taylor earlier today said, Donovan Smith he's in football shape and he's ready to go. Just takes a call from the Chiefs and obviously finances. But yeah, I mean, he's ready. He could play. Bills will be a good duo. Hopefully we got the big deals. The big deals? I don't even know what that means. What's that mean? Marie said, has it become the new thing to be convinced that the Steelers will go to the Super Bowl today? Heard it from so many. I mean, that might be a new fun take. But they're playing well. I think the Steelers they're 7-2, aren't they? They just beat the Commanders. Yeah, they're number one. Dude, they're at the top of the AFC North, which is kind of crazy. Russell Wilson is cooking. Russell Wilson on Sunday against the Commanders, 14 for 28, so 50% there, but 195 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an INT. I mean, he's playing pretty good ball. George Pickens caught 5 passes for 91 yards and a score. I thought it was weird that I think the Steelers, they went for a fake punt at their own 15 at the beginning of the game. Their own 15 fake punt? That's insane. Wow. That is actually insane. What about Washington? Kind of a surprise year. Yeah, I mean, Jaden Daniels is looking great. He's really built great rapport with Terry McLaurin. You then have who you got as the OC over there? Cliff Kingsbury. He's over there, got the offense humming. They have Austin Eckler. Yeah, I mean, there's more pieces than that. but Jaden Daniels was a great piece. They slowly began rebuilding that culture over there when you got rid of the old ownership, and yeah, they're taking a positive turn, man. The Commanders look pretty good. They're 7-3. When do you think I'll get the jersey? Oh, Desi, what's up? We shipped that off today. Yeah, everybody who won jerseys on the members only live stream, it was like either last week or the week before. Sorry, we're a little delayed, just a little crazy because of football season. But we just shipped out 3 jerseys today. Jan Stenerud, Felix Anudike Uzama, and there was one more, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. Yo, Jennifer with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much for the 5 bomb, Jennifer. The mod holding it down. Then the first dono of the stream is actually a Broncos fan in the house. Josh Roth said, man, as a Broncos fan, that one stung last week. Dude, I bet. I was ready to be stung. I was on the live stream saying, all right, this is pretty much a gimme kick here. And I was just bracing for all the trolling coming our way. I was bracing for just a loss, the first loss in 14 games or whatever it was, and to fold again to a Broncos team that honestly, they have a pretty bright future. You get out of Russell Wilson's cap hell. You've got Bo Nix, who's shown like, hey, he's a pretty promising quarterback, playing good. Started out rough, right? This is rookie year. Started out rough, playing better ball, and he's only getting better. And then when you get out of Russell Wilson's cap hell, you're going to be able to build. You're going to be able to bring in some people and pay some money because Bo Nix is going to be on his rookie deal. Like the Broncos are going to be in a pretty good spot. So are the Chargers. Like the AFC West is going to be an interesting division in the years to come. But let's see what else you said. I'm glad we gave you a fight, but that one was winnable. Yeah, by the way. Or wait, let me see. What does that say? That one was winnable. Good game, by the way. Yeah, thanks for the kind words, man. Can't wait for more Knicks and Mahomes matchups. Yeah, I mean, much respect. I feel like Bo Nix played a pretty good game. I said heading into this game, like, hey, he's been playing better each and every week, and you have to for sure respect the Broncos. I mean, for sure their defense. Like, that's something you can't sleep on. They're top 5, top 3 in almost every single metric, top 3 in pressures, top 2 in sacks. I mean, they are the real deal. And then you saw that. Now, it was a combination of Mahomes having to deal with backup left tackle Kingsley Suamataia, but you guys took advantage of that. Bonito was going insane. Should have had like 3 or 4 sacks on Mahomes himself. I mean, I don't know how many he ended up finishing with. Mahomes got sacked 4 times. But, dude, it was rough. And Vance Joseph, he has had the Chiefs number, specifically in the red zone. The Chiefs are like 1 for 12 or something like that. Something stupid. 1 for 12 or 2 for 12 is what the Chiefs are in the red zone against the Broncos over the last 3 games. So you guys have been giving the Chiefs just a really good run for the money, and Bo Nix seems like the guy. And I don't even, like, it kind of sucks, to be honest. Like, I realistically have to give the Broncos more respect than I have in previous years because they're like, I feel like Sean Payton is starting to turn things around. I mean, Harbaugh is starting to turn things around already quickly with the Chargers. So you're going to have 3 teams fighting. I think the Chiefs probably stay on top of the AFC West for the foreseeable future, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a dogfight when you play the Raiders, or not the Raiders, when you play the Broncos and you play the Chargers. I was going to say about the Raiders, I have no idea what to make of them. They're in trouble. Those are the guys that I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Rob with the 10. Travis Kelce broke Justin Tucker. # suck it. Dude, I went crazy after that game. I told everybody to suck it. I saw red. I was going nuts, man. I called it too. I said, I can't wait for the meltdown on social media because I know somehow it's going to be the refs to blame. Dude, I was spot on. Now, to be fair, was that flag thrown soft? The illegal, what was it? Illegal hands, or it was something like that. It was a 5-yard penalty, first down, called on the defense on number 22, and it negated like a 4th and long, turned it into a first down. But dude, still, the Chiefs had to move down the field, 50, 60 yards, score a touchdown, and then you had 2.5 quarters still. It's like to melt down that much over that, it's like, bro, I do not know what to tell you. There are soft calls in every single game. There are missed calls in every single game. I'm about to pay somebody to go snap by snap through every game this season and pull every single time Chris Jones got held and there was no flag. I'm just going petty mode because these people are unbelievable. I mean, they're absolutely unbelievable. So I'm like, F it. I'm going full petty mode. I'm just going to start looking at all these clips and I'm going to pay somebody to do it because I don't have the time, but I'm going to pay somebody to look through every single snap Chris Jones took this season in the coach's film and pull every time he was held and not flagged. I'm just so sick of it. And here's the thing. It's really like loser mentality to do that. Like, I understand, but I just want that ammo out there to then when people say Chiefs get all the calls, I just want to show them 15 minutes of Chris Jones getting held and not getting called for it. Like, not drawing flags for it, just because I'm so sick of it. Dude, I am so sick of it. And the point of that is just to say, look, it happens to the Chiefs too. The Chiefs are just good. They overcome and they find ways to win these games. Anyway, yeah, Travis Kelce did break Justin Tucker. He has not been the same since the AFC Championship game. He was already kind of rocky at that point anyway. He's not good, not great rather, not elite from 50 yards anymore. He's just not. Hannah with the 2 shared Wanye's stats in your morning video. In your morning video, he's decent. Shared Wanye's stats. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Wanye is playing pretty good ball. I would need to just go like look up his season-long stats or something, but I don't really have a big problem with Wanye Morris. I mean, is he the best left tackle in the NFL? I mean, no. But is he pretty serviceable for a second-year guy that was a third-round pick? Yeah, I think so. Probably average in a lot of metrics, maybe slightly below average in some, maybe even slightly above average in some others. I would need to go look it up, and I can. It's been a handful of weeks since I looked up tackle play for the Chiefs, comparing them to the entire league. It was an issue then. Like, it's not great. But Jawan Taylor's pretty good when he's not drawing flags, and then Wanye Morris, I feel like, is fine. He's serviceable, and he's getting better. Kingsley is my concern right now. He's just not ready. The Umbles family with the 2-bomb. What's up? Thanks so much for the 2-bomb. How's it going? Gambit with the 5. Hey, Cole, how do you have your jerseys displayed? I've gotten way too many mystery boxes to buy frames for them all. Yeah, so these are literally, what are these, like 2 foot by 2 foot acoustic panels? And I just put the jerseys over the top. So I hung the acoustic panels to the wall and then put the jerseys over the top. That's it. They're not cleverly hung. They're not even protected. I have the Mahomes jersey over here protected. That's the only one. That is the only one. Aline, love watching games with you. It's my 2nd year. Let's go. I enjoy calling the games, and I'm always grateful to have you guys in there. It's crazy. That game, we saw 150,000 views total on that stream. That's wild. I mean, a lot of people, it was after they were going to see the in-game reaction because it was such a wild ending. I mean, Mahomes spoke on 610 today, the drive with Carrington Harrison, and he said that was one of the craziest endings he's seen as a Chief in the regular season. Like, obviously, the 13-second game was wild. There's games in the playoffs that don't match that, but the regular season stuff, like a walk-off blocked field goal, he said that was pretty crazy. That was up there for regular season wins. Yeah, it's pretty up there. But hopefully that helped Gambit. They're just these acoustic panels from GIK Acoustics. GIK Acoustics. You can look them up, and it's just 24-inch by 24-inch, 2-inch acoustic panels. I literally hung them up on the wall, and then I have my jersey. I took them off the wall, wrapped the jersey over the top of it, folded it up, and then put it back on the wall. That's it. You think they may look to bring Donovan Smith back, said Rave Game On. Hey, man, thanks for all the DMs on Twitter. I don't get back to you a lot, but I see the posts that you share with me, and I always appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, there was a report today. Nate Taylor said basically Donovan Smith is in football shape, and he's ready to go if the Chiefs give him a call. That's from Nate Taylor. I don't know exactly where he heard that, but he's connected with sources. And I'm a little surprised, though, like if the Chiefs haven't reached out already. Maybe they really haven't, but I thought they would have by now. KC with the 5, can't hate much on our rookie left tackle. He was a best available at that spot. Yeah, he went end of round 2, pick 64, wasn't projected as a first-year starter. Those were gone round 2. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the toughest thing, and a big credit to Brett Veach and company is the Chiefs sustained success throughout the years, specifically recently when you're winning all these games and you're drafting at the end of all these rounds. I mean, the Chiefs' first-round pick is borderline a second-round pick. Obviously, it's a first-round pick because you get the fifth-year option. Like, I get that. But you're getting the end of round, all these rounds. That round 2 pick, that's the end of round 2 for Kingsley. And, he's a raw guy. He's got athletic traits, but, like, it's really bad, dude. I mean, I understand he's not ready yet, but he's literally, you're not able to put him out there on the football field. He can't play. I mean, he's getting chip help from tight ends. It's not working. They're trying to give him chip help from tight ends and running backs. That's not always working. I will say this, because I don't just want to sit here and like talk crap on Kingsley. That game, he went against one of the best D-lines in the NFL on the Broncos. And in the game he lost his starting spot in, he went up against Trey Hendrickson, who's like a top 5 pass rusher in the NFL. So, like, it's tough sledding. But he's just like, I am terrified when he's in there. And I'm terrified of Patrick Mahomes getting hurt. I mean, I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm just literally, he comes in the game and I clinch, bro. I'm scared. Now, I'm rooting for him. I hope he can develop and maybe he is the left tackle for the Chiefs of the future. But right now, I just feel like he is not ready. I'm happy to be wrong, but we just saw him in there. Whoa, I just hit that. But we just saw him in there and it was really rough. It was really rough. Andy with the 5, I'll do it. I was telling someone on Twitter a few minutes ago, Chris was held at least 20 times a game and not called. That's 200 yards of penalties. Hey, if you got time, Andy, I will send you the coach's film and I would pay you to do it. I just need somebody with some basic video editing experience to be able to put all that film on a timeline and cut through and be like, hey, he was held here. Or some of that's going to be debatable. Like, they're not going to call it all the time, but some of it's like, hey, look, that's a potential hold there. But just showing how many times it actually was. That's what I want to show. Tough schedule, said the Umbles family, back with another 5 bomb. Appreciate that. Tough schedule and also been missing, Juju, you've been missing Pacheco, you've been missing Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice. Who else have you been missing? You've been missing, Well, I mean, that's a lot of them on offense, but then you've been missing several on defense too, right? Take 4 of the top players off any team, and what is their record? Yeah, not undefeated. Facts, bro. Not undefeated. Even like, I would have to go look at some of the best teams and how their health is holding up, but like, I feel like a lot of these teams are pretty healthy. Like, the Ravens have lost 3, and they're healthy. They got Henry. They got Zay Flowers. I think maybe Likely was banged up a little bit here and there, but I don't know a lot of teams that have been as injured as the Kansas City Chiefs and still have, I mean, nobody has the Chiefs record. But like, I saw a tweet online, none of the Chiefs wins have been impressive. Okay. But this was coming from a Ravens fan and they have 3 losses. So it's like, what do you want, dude? Like, what do you want? You want to be 6-3 or whatever it is, or 9-0? I mean, what are we really doing here when you look at all the Chiefs' injuries and how they've able to overcome, adapt, and still find ways to win these games? You know, it's like, what else do you want? You want to win games and you're finding ways to win. I don't really know that it matters how you win them. Like, does it really matter? They've won 15 games in a row. I don't know that it matters that much. Perna's video said the other foot is about to drop. We're the worst of the undefeated 9-0 teams ever. I don't remember him saying that unless he has a new video. But if you look at teams that are undefeated and you look at their EPA through the first 9 games, you look at all the undefeated teams, the Chiefs are 3rd. I'll show you the tweet. Here's where the Chiefs stand among the lowest. Oh, DVOA. I said EPA. DVOA. Let me see. Lowest DVOA rankings for 9-0 teams since 1979. These are all very good teams. Well, maybe not the 2013 Chiefs. Unsustainable doesn't mean bad. So maybe, am I reading this wrong? No one's saying they are bad, but they aren't 9-0 good or close. I mean, here's like, look at all the teams that went 9-0. And I guess this is what, is this the lowest DVOA? Chiefs have the 3rd lowest DVOA of any team. But the thing about it is, man, it's just like, who cares to some extent? Like, are they going to lose a game soon? maybe. I don't even know that if you would ask a Chiefs player if they would be like, yeah, we thought we would be 9-0. All you do is you take it 1 week at a time and you just try to win games, and they're finding ways to win games. It's not always pretty. It's not always great, but it's not like they've lost or beat a bunch of piss poor teams the entire season. They beat the Ravens. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Falcons. They beat the Bucks. Like, they beat a bunch of teams that have some wins in the league. They beat the Chargers. The Chargers are 6-3. They beat the Broncos. They were 5-4. Like, I mean, you can never make everybody happy. Where do you find coaches' film? I have a connect through an NFL Scout. Somebody said, what is DVOA? It's something over average. It's kind of, I'll read it to you. It's defense adjusted value over average. It's a statistic that evaluates how well a football team is performing. It's just a formula. It's just a formula you can use, and how well a team does on 1st and 10 versus 2nd and 5 versus 3rd and 7, and they average that out over all the teams, and that's where you're going to get the DVOA. But man, I mean, yeah, are the Chiefs blowing everybody out? I mean, no. I feel like they don't do that anyway. It's not really in their MO. But when you look at that Broncos game, Mahomes missed 2 touchdowns. The one to Kelsey at the end, the one before that to Worthy down the sideline. That's 14 points. You're winning by 10 against the Broncos. It's not even a conversation. So, even in the midst of how bad they did, quote unquote, how bad they did at times on offense, all the sacks Mahomes took, Kareem Hunt being held to like under 3 yards a run, the drop, like all the stuff. They were 2 plays away, and that's how it goes. That's how football goes. They were 2 plays away from winning by 10 or more, but that's how football is. A lot of teams are 1 or 2, maybe 3 plays away from winning games. But the Chiefs have been able to, more times than not, make that one play matter, i.e. a blocked field goal at the end of the game, i.e. the defense stopping the Falcons on 4th and inches at their own 13-yard line down by 5. The Falcons were down by 5. Like, just looking at some of these games, some of the plays that they made to stop and get these W's, it's been hard-fought, grimy wins, man. Hard-fought, grimy wins. I don't remember, how'd Kingsley do his first game? Andy, thanks for the 2, but I think his first game was better. It was against the Ravens. The first game was better for sure. The second game is when he got worked over by Trey Hendrickson, and he was done. It was bad. I would have to go look up maybe PFF or something, look up the stats. But I don't remember any major concern with Kingsley. In fact, I feel like after the first game, we were kind of like, hey, Kingsley Suamataia didn't do that bad. But the Ravens pass rush at the time in comparison was not Bengals level. How dangerous, said Kevin with the 2-bomb, will Pacheco and Hunt be together? I talked about it more this morning if you guys saw that update, because they're designating Pacheco to return soon. They've already designated Omenihu to return from the PUP list. They'll definitely be dangerous together. They will be more dangerous than the combo of Hunt and Steele. And I saw a comment on my video saying that my take on Steele was BS, basically. But I don't feel like I was throwing him under the bus. He's had a couple fumbles, and he's not better than Pacheco in pass pro. I don't see how that's a hot take. He's a rookie. He's an undrafted rookie that's still learning how to read defenses pre-snap and learn Mahomes' tendencies and what he wants, and had some miscommunication in this last game, at least 2 of them. And Mahomes got leveled on 1 and told Steele, I told you to go this way. Oh, the broadcast said, well, I don't care what the broadcast said. Look at what Mahomes said. Mahomes knows the offense, not the broadcasters. That's their best guess. So the broadcasters thought Mahomes was asking the refs if they could let him know next time he's close. They're like, oh, he's trying to get help from the defense, making a joke about it. No, he was asking about if the refs could give them a heads up if Jawan Taylor is getting too far deep in his stance because he got flagged for illegal formation. Mahomes goes over there and says, hey, can you give us a heads up? The broadcaster said he's asking for heads up on something to do with protecting him from the defense. That's not what he was saying. So the broadcasters don't always know. Okay? But Pacheco and Hunt, they're going to be great together. I'm excited about it. The thing about Pacheco is it's going to take him a couple weeks to get back, or a week or two to get back, right? Maybe he returns for maybe he returns for the Panthers game and then he gets a little bit of snaps. Like, I don't think he's going to play against the Bills. I'd be surprised, but we'll see how this week goes. But you're going to have to ramp him up. So we're not really going to see these guys together until week 13, 14 in like a more full capacity. I just hope and pray Kareem Hunt holds up. His health holds up, because they have been working that man into the ground. No training camp, no preseason. He was on the couch in football shape, but he was on the couch watching games on Sunday for like the first month, first month, because Pacheco got hurt after week 2, the end of that game. But yeah, I'm excited for the combo of Pacheco and Hunt. Pacheco with the juice, with the speed, Hunt with the vision, with the ability to force missed tackles. Like, all that stuff's going to be like a great tandem, a great combo. Rave with the 5. Did you hear the news today about Mahomes and Kelsey's houses being broken into? Yeah, I did post about that. TMZ reported that during the Chiefs and what game was it? Chiefs and Saints Monday Night Football game. Mahomes and Kelsey's houses were both reportedly burglarized hours apart on the same day. And that's pretty unfortunate. Then they said, who's Mike Pennell's car got stolen? Like, there's been some targeted theft and stuff going on around these Chiefs players, which is that's pretty crazy. Somebody said 99% of people are not serious about the Chiefs being babied by the refs. I disagree, dude. Some are for sure engagement farming, rage baiting, for sure some. But there's a lot of people that really believe it, dude. Like, to their core, lose sleep at night. Like, they really do believe it. So 99% is way too high for people who are farming. There's a lot of people that really believe it. I mean, Brian Baldinger literally shared a clip today on Twitter showing one play where both tackles on the Chiefs appeared to hold and there was no flag. Mahomes got sacked, so, I mean, a flag wasn't necessarily needed, but he's like, these are 2 bad holds, and I guess they're just not going to call it. They're just not going to flag them. I'm like, all right, Brian, let's keep watching through some plays, switch sides, and let me know how often Chris Jones is getting held, dude. I mean, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Marcus with the gifted. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Rob with the 5. Cole. If KC wins against the Steelers on Christmas, they will have the record for the longest win streak in NFL history. So if they win up until Christmas and then beat the Steelers, yeah, what's the record? 18, 19 games? I would be curious what that is. Record for most consecutive wins in the NFL. Okay. I think the Colts have the record, I think. Does this look right to you guys? They won 9 straight games to finish 08, the 08 season, and then they started the 2009 season with 14 straight wins. That's 23 consecutive regular season wins. That's a freaking lot, dude. The Chiefs are only on 15. So, is that 15 regular season wins? They haven't lost since Christmas. Yeah, I mean, if that's right, it's going to take you a while to get there. Is that right, guys? That's pretty crazy. That's going to be hard to beat. I'm not going to lie. But Rob, thanks for the 5. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Jabin with the 2. If Chiefs beat the Bills, 1 seed is theirs. I mean, essentially, yeah, because you got the tiebreaker over the Bills. You got the tiebreaker over the Ravens. I mean, you would be 10-0. I don't really know what else you need. You can't lose out probably and get the 1 seed, but you just got to probably win a couple more. Jody with the 5. Thank you so much. Hannah with the 5. Kingsley struggled even with tight end and running back chip help. He needs time to develop. Let's not kill his confidence by starting him. Kind of what happened to Sky. Yeah, and I think it's just crazy. You're like offering tight end help, chip help, running back chip help. So like a tight end, they're like bumping him outside or inside, depending on the play. And so typically when that happens, the tackle knows, okay, I have outside help, meaning I need to watch for the inside move. That's basically all you got to watch for. Well, he was still getting beat inside, or vice versa. You're helping chip him, give it chip to the outside, so you just kind of have to play him deep, play that pass rusher deep, and don't allow him to get around you to Mahomes, and Kingsley was getting beat that way. So, yeah, I don't want to kill his confidence, which is kind of why I'm like, bring in Donovan Smith, dude. I mean, come on. If Wanya gets hurt, let Donovan Smith go in there for a year. And there's still the comments of like, well, we don't want to kill his development. Well, I don't want to kill Patrick Mahomes, bro. I mean, come on. Let's cut the cute development talk for the rest of this season. The Chiefs are chasing a three-peat. You want him to develop next year? Let's get another offseason under his belt, preseason, another training camp, and then start working him back in next year. I don't want to kill his confidence. I don't want to kill Patrick Mahomes, okay, if Wanya Morris gets hurt. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. If you are on the other side, like, that's fine. I think that's what's fun about being a Chiefs fan. And like, yeah, I this is my channel. I got to give my thoughts, but like, I love to see your thoughts and read the opposite or like different perspectives that you have. Because everybody kind of has their own thoughts of like, hey, the Chiefs should maybe do this instead or this instead. And there's not really necessarily a wrong way. It's just what way we think is better at the time. And at the end of the day, like, we're all just fans on the outside looking in. Meanwhile, the coaches, coaching staff, Veach and company, like, they're all grading these guys at practice in the games. We know they know their tendencies on the play based on the play call and what a player should have been doing, and they're going to have the ultimate grade. And in theory, the ultimate wisdom on which moves to make appropriately. But at the end of the day, like, it's all humans, right? So you make mistakes. You could say, hey, statistically, analytically, from what we've been studying, this is the right move. And then that person has a bad game next game. I mean, because we're humans. It's not robots. Okay, Jennifer with the 5 said, check your Discord about Yahoo Sports. Okay, I'll take a look at that in a second. Brand with the 5. Go to 14-0, lock up the 1 seed, have a month to rest up people who need it and heal for the playoff run. Could you imagine if you got to 14-0, you lock up the 1 seed and you just started signing people off the street to go play in these games? It's like all practice squad players. It's not exactly how it would work out, I know, but still, like, how funny would that be? Let's see. Yahoo Sports? What are you wanting me to see from the article, Jen? It's pretty long. Is there a certain paragraph or point you want me to look at? 34 teams in NFL history have started 9-0. The Chiefs' plus 58 point differential is the lowest to any of them. Their total margin of victory is barely a quarter of the plus 208 point differential racked up through 9 games by the 2007 Patriots. 8 other NFL teams this season have had a higher point differential than the Chiefs, though one loss Detroit Lions lead the NFL at plus 113. Yeah, so they're just kind of going on and saying like how close these games have been. Reality is, so often is the case, the truth is somewhere in between. The Chiefs aren't as dominant or as explosive as many previous 9-0 teams. Where did that go? They're not as dominant or as explosive as many previous 9-0 teams, but they're also far from the worst of the bunch. It's important to consider that the Chiefs have made it to mid-November without a loss, despite facing the NFL's 8th hardest schedule thus far. This Sunday's high-stakes matchup with Buffalo will be Kansas City's 4th top 10 DVOA opponent. The 9 teams that Kansas City has faced this season are 42-36 against opponents other than the Chiefs. That's actually crazy. Yeah, that's a great article, Jen. I'll have to read this more later, more in detail, but the Chiefs' 9-0 record is the conclusion of this article is that it's not luck. That's pretty awesome, man. Jeff Eisenberg, that's a great. Well, I'll have to read more of that later. It's hard to win in the NFL. Oh, my tweet's in here? Oh, nice. My tweet is in there. I didn't notice that. I thought you were talking for real about the article. Here we go. Yeah, it's just my tweet about Leo Chanel. I just shared the slow-mo of his block. I mean, look at this. He not only knocks this man over himself, dives and makes the block. Good God. Are you serious? That's insane. Knocks this man over, makes a diving block himself. Huh? Leo Chanel carrying. That's unreal. That is unreal. Jennifer, thanks for another 5 to be like, it's your tweet. Your tweet's in the article. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I just shared a slow-mo of the block. I mean, I thought it was cool. Just how he single-handedly did that. Brand with the 5. Yeah, thanks, Brand. Appreciate you. Kevin with the 5 on the facility today. I have no idea what that is, the facility. They discussed whether a defeat during the regular season would actually benefit the Chiefs in the long run. What do you think? I don't even mean to be disrespectful. What's the facility? Can somebody tell me in chat? The facility? Is it a radio program, maybe? Oh, it's a talk show. Oh, Emmanuel. Oh, that's the name of that show? With Acho, Sean McCoy, and Chase Daniel? Oh, I had no idea. Oh, okay. Sorry, I did not realize that was the name of the show. Okay, I'm familiar with the show because I'm familiar. I've seen their clips online and all that stuff. Okay, thank you. Okay, they discussed whether a defeat during the regular season would actually benefit the Chiefs in the long run. What do you think? I mean, I could probably see their argument in the case for a legitimate tough loss, because what that does is that it gives you that taste in your mouth, the taste of defeat. You never want to experience that again. Maybe it builds some character in adversity, and the new guys that have never felt defeat before makes you a little bit more hungry to not feel that again. Like, that was probably their argument. I think my counter argument to that is, I think once you win it all, Mahomes, Kelsey, everybody always says, when you win the big game, all you want more than anything is to feel that and experience that again. So I think my counter to that, winning a Super Bowl, like, probably does a lot more for you than any other loss in the regular season. And these guys are coming off of back-to-back Super Bowl wins. I think that's why I think a loss in the regular season would do more for rookies, would do more for players who weren't on the Chiefs last year. It would do more for them. I don't know that it's needed. Do I think the Chiefs are going to go 17-0? I do not. I do not. It's very hard to do. I thought they would go 14-3, 13-4 to start this season. And we'll see how it ends up. Maybe they go 15-2. Maybe I just don't know. It's impossible to know. Every single week is a very hard fought down to the wire game, and parity in the league is super crazy. You just never know. But yeah, I don't. What do you guys think? Do you think a defeat would help the Chiefs? Would that be beneficial in the long run? Would that be more beneficial to them in the long run? Let me know. Island Hacker said, anyone think Kelsey will retire if they win this year? I mean, what better time to retire? You're at the top of everything, top of the world, greatest tight end of all time, if not top 3, like, argue with the wall. I don't really care. He's going to be one of the best tight ends to ever play the game. I would probably say the best. Some are going to argue Gronk. I don't really care. Whatever. You're going to retire one of the greatest of all time. Certified Hall of Famer. That's already set in stone. You then come off of 3 Super Bowl wins in a row. You got what? You got Super Bowl 54. Then you've got 57, 58. I mean, they've already got 3. Kelsey could have 4. I mean, then look at what Kelsey's got going on from just in life. Who he's with. All the opportunities he has in the entertainment world. The podcast, like all that stuff. So I think Kelsey could very well walk away. But he has 2 years left on his deal. And we'll just see. If they win, I could very well see it happen. But then I could see them being like, well, we want to go for 4 in a row. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see if he hangs it up or not. I think he could walk away. He could walk away win or loss. Talking about whether they win another Super Bowl or not. And he's got nothing else left to prove. Do you think he does? I don't think he does. He's chasing Jerry Rice numbers in the playoffs. Postseason stats. He's chasing Jerry Rice. I mean, what else do you got left to prove? You won the rings. What's up, Kingdom? Kingdom on top? What up, what up? Fred Mitchell with the 5. If we go undefeated and win the Super Bowl, would you preach this is the best team ever and Pat is officially the GOAT? Okay, if we go undefeated and... Okay, well, I feel like the odds of that happening are pretty low, just going undefeated but you're going to look at a bunch of advanced metrics and people are going to say this probably isn't the best team ever, but I don't know how you could argue against it if they did go, let's say they did go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. How can you argue against it when nobody else has ever done it? Just saying. But again, to be clear, I don't really feel like that's very likely to happen because I think the Chiefs, let's say they win out somehow, they don't lose another game. I think you rest the starters the last couple of games. If you already lock up the 1 seed and your division, you have you want health more than anything in the playoffs. You want to rest. I don't think too much rest is good, but you want some rest to get well. Somebody said the Dolphins, was that pre-merger? Because no team has gone undefeated and won the Super Bowl. That's 3 weeks rest. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if they need that much rest, but but if you lock everything up, you could strategically keep your plays close to your chest. You can play vanilla ball. You don't need to win. 72 Dolphins, but year. 72 did that. Was that pre-merger or am I tripping? Is that the only? The Dolphins went undefeated and won the Super Bowl? Dang, then I'm just wrong. Why did I think that was pre-merger? Nah, that was Super Bowl 7. Wait, what happened? Lowest scoring Super Bowl ever. They won the game. Oh, they completed their perfect season. Oh, I'm on acid then. So one team has done it. 1972. Well, then I don't know how you could I don't know. I'm sure people will argue that the Dolphins were better at that point. Like, anything that the Chiefs do, they'll try to argue against that for sure. Uri with the 26 months. What's up, man? Thanks for the 26. Oh, 14-game season. Still undefeated and win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I was just mistaken on that. For some reason, I thought there was no team since the merger to go undefeated and win it. But no, the Dolphins did in 72 with Don Shula. Odds are basically 2,900 to 1 to finish the season undefeated with the Super Bowl win. Yeah. Put like $5 down. Because you would probably win a lot. Pats would have that, but Spags stopped them. Thank God for Spags. Thank God for Spags, man. People keep making statements about the Dolphins waiting to pop their champagne for the Chiefs losing. Oh, to remain the only perfect team? I don't know, dude. I don't really think Andy Reid and company care to go undefeated. I mean, I know that is probably a weird take of mine, but I'm just like, dude, if they lock things up, they're not going to care if they lose the last couple of games. They're just not. You just want the 1 seed. That's it. Now, watch me be wrong. But I just don't think they care that much. The old dudes do that every year. They meet up when the last undefeated team falls. What do they do? Once we lock in the 1 seed, said Flip, Coach Reid will bench our starters and will only let them play 1 quarter. That's most likely the scenario. The only other problem with that is it's not like it's preseason and you have 90 guys. It's cut down to 53. You can only rest so many. You have 53 on the roster and 40. How many dress out? 47, 48, 49? I think it's 40. It's like 47 or something like that. That can actually dress out. So there's only so many starters you could actually rest. Are you a stats guy or just want to win? I mean, I don't know that I'm like a stats nerd, but I do try to study up as much as I possibly can. I preview the games every week, and I'm trying to look up as much stats as I'm able. But Mahomes isn't top 5 in any stat. I mean, I think he's got the highest passer rating, QBR, and one of the highest EPA ratings in the 4th quarter and on 3rd downs. And so, yeah, if you look at it from like a blanket stats standpoint, like, no, he's not top 5 in a lot, but on plays that matter, gotta have it plays, there's nobody better, basically. And that's still proven true. You know, you can look at it from just like a generic stat perspective, But if you dive into more of the advanced stats and analytics, like that's when Mahomes starts to still pull away from a lot of people. Now, does he still have his struggles? Like, yeah, I feel like his deep ball is off. There's something going on there. Some of it's just maybe they're not calling it as much. Maybe the defenses really are trying to take it away a bunch, but like he hasn't been great with the deep ball for the past couple of years. And maybe that'll improve with Worthy as they get on the same page. But yeah, there are aspects of his game that aren't the same. But at the end of the day, like all he wants to do is win. And the Chiefs just keep winning. Now, would I have felt better if Mahomes hit Kelsey on 3rd and goal at the end of the Broncos game and you go up a touchdown? Yeah, that would have been better for sure. The backups game against the Chargers energized the team. Maybe they'll get a bump from a Carson Wentz win. Maybe so. Drew said, what if they win the last game of the season with Carson Wentz? I mean, they could still win it. Yeah, I guess to be clear, even if you rest some of the key starters, you could still win the game. Who's the last game of the year? Is it the Broncos? They might be fighting for the playoffs, so you'll be in for a tough game there. 72 Dolphins only played 14 regular season games. Okay, and then they won the Super Bowl. So yeah, that was a little bit easier to do, but that's still insane, you know? Still pretty wild that they went 14-0 and won the Super Bowl. The dog keeps running upstairs. I don't know what's going on. She's right here now. She's right here, though. My little buddy. My little buddy. Okay, where are we at? Will Hollywood play in the Super Bowl? I mean, if the Chiefs make a deep playoff run, he's got a chance to return for the playoffs. Yes. So if they made it to the Super Bowl, I think he could play. Yes. Mahomes is obviously above Allen, said Milo, but do you guys agree it has more to do with the fact that the Bills org has vastly inferior coaching staff and ownership to KC? McDermott is no Andy Reid. Yeah, I don't know if there's no way to ever know, because all we have is how the teams were before said player and then after they got there. I think if Mahomes didn't exist, Josh Allen would have been really fun on the Chiefs. He would have been great. But all I can look at is the fact that Andy Reid, who was a great coach, was 1-5 in the playoffs with the Chiefs before Patrick Mahomes became the starter. And since then, they've won 13 and lost 3. And the 3 losses were overtime in the AFC Championship game or in the Super Bowl. That's all I can look at. The Bills obviously weren't in as good of a place as the Chiefs were structurally when they got Allen compared to when the Chiefs got Mahomes. Mahomes also got to sit a year. But yeah, all I can look at is like, even in the midst of that organization that was doing decent, Mahomes' first year as a starter, they ended up firing their DC because they had one of the worst defenses in the entire NFL. Like, they weren't a complete team by any stretch of the imagination. And Mahomes definitely made them way better. It's really tough to know, but I think they're both great quarterbacks. And yeah, Sean McDermott is not Andy Reid. I think the future, honestly, of any organization is to probably have an offensive-minded head coach. Most of the Super Bowl winners over the past 7-ish years have been offensive-minded head coaches, if not all of them, maybe minus Brady and Belichick or Todd Bowles. No, Bruce Arians with the Bucks? Was Bruce Arians offensive-minded? Bruce Arians coaching history. He was the OC. Yeah, he was an offensive-minded head coach. That doesn't even work either. Basically, if you want to win the Super Bowl, it helps you to have an offensive-minded head coach. Definitely helps. Josh Allen's tied with second place. What? Chiefs are ready, baby. Buckshot, birdshot. Bring it on. Yeah, it was Bruce Arians when they won the Super Bowl, but he was an offensive-minded guy. Yeah, he was OC with the Colts for a little bit. Obviously, then with the Browns. Hey, Cole. What's up, Marcus? Hope you and Danny and the kids are doing well. Yeah, thankfully, Danny is doing better. She was down for about 2 weeks. With Thanksgiving this month, when do you think about doing member, stream, and Zoom call? That's a great question, because Thanksgiving will be the 28th. It'll be the last day. We've got a couple weeks. We'll probably we'll probably schedule one next week. At least one of them. Why do I feel like I have to sneeze? What's up? Oh, what's up, Slugger? You haven't been on a stream in a while? It's all good, man. Yeah, doing well. Just, bro, wild game against the Broncos. Chiefs are 9-0. We're in the middle of the season. It's been fun, just working a lot of hours and having a blast. Just covering the team and reacting and looking at all the moves that they make and all that good stuff. Yeah, somebody just tagged me in this. Nick did. Yeah, there's a real chance Hollywood could return for the playoffs, basically. By the time the postseason arrives, I'm told there's a real chance Hollywood Brown could return, which would make KC its most complete at the most important time. A run for a third straight Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't think it's like a... I feel like I've seen more reports than just James, and I don't think it's like there's a 90% chance. But I think they're hoping, and there is a chance he can return. You just have to see how he continues to progress in his rehab. But dude, if he can return, I am all for it. Let's go now. Is it true Pacheco's coming back? Yeah, Thomas. I talked about it in my live stream earlier today. He is coming back reportedly this week. That's per Jordan Schultz is he the insider for Fox Sports now? He's moved around a little bit with his job. But yeah, he reported that Charles Omenihu and Isaiah Pacheco are coming back from IR or the PUP list this week, and that was confirmed today. Charles Omenihu is indeed, his 21-day window to return has opened up. That was official today. I have not watched the full Pivot podcast episode with CEH yet, Falcon, but I heard it was incredible. Very insightful, too. The limited clips I've seen of it was like, wow. You know, that guy's really going through it. You're so very happy? Let's go, Thomas. Jay said, situation with Juju. Could he play this week? Yeah. From what I understand, he's trending in the direction of playing this week. We need to see how he looks on the injury report, but I think we should have him back for the Bills game, which would be awesome. Every Tribe Coffee asks a question that I would like to know too. How is Worthy? He hurt his shoulder. Or did he hurt his shoulder? I mean, he definitely banged it up in some fashion, trying to catch that deep ball from Mahomes, right? They're really hush-hush on injuries. Andy Reid hasn't brought up anything. We won't even see it until tomorrow's injury report. So that's all we can see. Does he practice Wednesday? Even if he's limited, that's a good sign. If he's a DNP, that's a little more concerning. DNP is just did not participate. Audio went out. Don't lie to me, boys. Somebody asked, did you know they were playing Brandon Perna's audio on KC Radio today? C-Dot played it. Yeah, I heard about that. Which is funny, man. I mean, dude, we could probably play it. It's got a lot of language. But dude, the video with my reaction to Perna's reaction is so funny. Brand made it. Thank you for doing that, Brand, by the way. Yeah, that reaction comparison was wild. Yo, what's up, Micah? How did you turn into Hellboy watching the block kick? Bro, I don't know. It's my whole life. Whenever I yell or even get embarrassed, anything that I do, like my face just turns like bright red, especially when I yell. Like I used to train in martial arts, and when I would yell and fight and all that, like my face would just go so red, man. It just happens. Oh, your Bluetooth disconnected. All good. All good. Nick Wright, who's plugged into the Chiefs front office, said in passing a week or two ago that there's a belief Hollywood could return by mid-December. That's in a month. I mean, great. If he does, that's freaking awesome, dude. If you could bring him back and get some if you could bring him back and get some reps in before the playoffs, like that would be great. Yeah. Did you take your video down? No. I put it on the Clips channel. So I put it on this channel, HBTC Clips. Broncos fan versus Chiefs fan reaction. A Chiefs fan reaction to Broncos versus Chiefs field goal. Yeah, this has a lot of language in it. But this is my reaction compared to Perna's reaction on the block kick. Dude, my face is so red. I went crazy. Kyle with the 5, just saw the ending to your last game against the Broncos and your reaction to the block field goal. Insane. Kyle, what up, dude? Yeah, it was insane. I lost my mind. Are we looking forward to the Christmas game this year? I think so, Chad. Should be a good one against a good Steelers team. Really good one. What do you make of Nick Wright saying Chiefs are not effing around? They're practicing for the playoffs. I mean, when you make the playoffs as often as you have, as you know, as the Chiefs have, to some extent, yeah. I mean, you got to win these games, and you got to get seeded and like all that stuff. But there is like there's like an element of there's an element of just getting ready for the playoffs, like, and you're testing new things. You're still not gonna show everything, and then you're gonna set some plays up to play off of that. Like I think Tom and Jerry was like a play off of some stuff. I saw Rice running this in training camp. He ran like a Tom and Jerry, again, Rice is on IR, but he ran a Tom and Jerry style route, which is kind of like corn dog. Pre-snap, right? You go in motion. You switch directions when they snap the ball. And dude, hey, focus up, camera. Rice, he went pre-snap behind the line, snap. They snapped the ball. He switched back out like he was going to run like a corn dog or Tom and Jerry style route to the outside. Then when the DB and coverage bit on the outside move, he cut back in. It was a trick on a trick. Like, you're going to see some weird stuff like that in the playoffs. Like stuff you'd be like, wow, what? So yeah, there is an extent of Andy Reid and company just kind of getting ready for the playoffs for sure. Did we talk about the left tackle situation? Yeah, Jay, I mean, we talked about it earlier. Yeah, we talked about it a couple times. I'm definitely for them getting Donovan Smith or something. I am all for it. If you could figure out how. You really want to know some more in-depth information about how you think the reps and situation will work out between Hunt and Pacheco? Well, I mean, some of that's just really my best guess, but I do think that it will be more of like a 1-2 combo, so it won't be Kareem Hunt getting 20 to 25 carries a game with Steele getting 2 to 5. Like, I think if Pacheco's in there, you might split it a little bit more evenly. And some people are saying, oh, well, don't take Kareem Hunt's reps away, like he's doing so well. Yeah, but he's also been working his ass off, like, pardon my French, and he might need a little bit of a break. So I think when Pacheco first comes back, he's still going to get ramped up and ramped in, and then you'll see how the ankle really performs in a real game situation. And it still might be Hunt leading the charge, but then you might see more of like an even split, and then Hunt will get a little bit of opportunity to rest. But yeah, I mean, the thing about that is, like, you could have Pacheco in on first or second down, doesn't matter, and vice versa with Hunt. They're both effective backs. They have their own set of pros and cons. If you gotta have it, I would say put Hunt in. I'm talking 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. Like, for those situations, I feel like Hunt makes more sense, but Pacheco's got the speed and the burst that Hunt really no longer has and never even had coming out of the NFL. Like, he ran like a 4.6 40 or something like that. Pacheco's a 4.3. Like, there's a noticeable speed difference, but Kareem Hunt's vision is better. So I'm kind of intrigued as you guys are. Like, how will they use them in tandem? Obviously, Samaje Perine will still pretty much be the 3rd down running back, but you saw Kareem Hunt get more involved in the passing game, and I've been kind of waiting for that, and that's something they could use Pacheco for as well. There are times you could have them both out on the field. Imagine like I formation, and it's Pacheco and Hunt, or some weird wishbone formation, and they're both in the backfield. Like, there's so much you could potentially do. Pacheco's a great pass-catching back, too. You could line him up as a receiver. Like, yeah, there's some interesting stuff you could do there with both of those guys. Who, as Mike said, the only issue I could see is Pop and Hunter volume back, so lower carries could limit their effectiveness. Yeah, and man, if it's just in the game and you want to go with the hot hand, and that game is Pacheco or that game is Hunt, I don't really care. I just think you've been working Hunt so hard, you need to give that guy a little bit of rest. That's kind of where I'm at. Hunt was amazing. If he didn't freaking lie, yeah, who knows where he'd be. No, you're right. Cebu, or I'm probably mispronouncing your name really bad, but you're right. I don't even know that he would have been let go if he didn't lie. The chaff with the 10 months. Wish I would have found you earlier for the greatest YouTube channel. Thank you. Oh, dude, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Glad you're here now. I don't know when you've... 10 months. 10 months at least. So that's great. How long do you think we have with Andy? I mean, we have a few years for sure. I think Andy's one of those guys who's just going to coach until he's literally physically no longer able or he gets fired. And I don't really see how he's going to get fired. So, yeah, I think Andy Reid's got a few years left at least. Thunder and lightning combo. Dude, heck yeah, Jacob, exactly. Yeah, it's really cool to see Hunt get the redemption with his second try with the Chiefs. Like, the situation was bad when he got let go. Like, he shouldn't have done that. It was stupid. Andy Reid and company, when they brought him back, they said, look, we talked to people in the Browns organization. We kind of did our homework, and he has appeared to learn from his situation, and we felt comfortable about bringing him back. And he just seems Hunt just seems nothing but grateful to come back. And like to be back in Kansas City performing for the team that drafted him, the team that he never wanted to leave. And when he scored one of his recent touchdowns, I don't even remember which one it was. It was over the last couple of weeks. His touchdown celebration was once again just showing love to the fans in the stands at Arrowhead, waving to them, like blowing them kisses, heart emoji. Like, he didn't have no showboat celebration, and I don't care if he did. But he's just so grateful to be back. And it's a pretty cool story, like redemption story. You found me late too. Hey, better late than never. I mean, I've only had this YouTube channel since what? January of 2022. The morning of the Chiefs and Bills 13-second divisional game is when I started this channel. How many years do you think Kelsey has in him? I mean, at least, I don't think he plays past his contract, which is through 2025. So at least a couple. He's been incredibly humble since coming back. You're right, Brian. Remember when Hunt got pulled? Yeah. He said, Every Tribe Coffee saying, remember when Hunt got pulled over in Cleveland with weed in his car, maybe even an open container, and when the cop realized I don't remember if he let him go. I don't even remember what happened at the conclusion of that, but I remember he was caught on film just kind of sharing his heart to the officer, just saying, like, things are hard right now. He should be playing in a Super Bowl. And he loves playing in Cleveland, but he screwed up, and he really regrets the mistakes in his life that he had made. And that was like a tough video to see. And then the fact that he gets his redemption with the team is pretty crazy. Pretty cool. You see the video of Perna's wife trolling him wearing Chiefs pants? I did. Yeah, so Brandon Perna's wife, Jess, she bought some Chiefs pants and wore them in a vlog the morning of the Chiefs game. Which is so funny, dude. Cole is showing off Taco Bell sauce on Twitter. Dude, I got so much Taco Bell sauce. We went to Taco Bell on Saturday, and I said, hey, can you give me as much hot and mild sauce as you can legally smuggle? And they gave me 100 packets. I am not kidding you. They gave me 100 packets of Taco Bell sauce. I'm going to try to find it because I couldn't believe it. Our bag was a third full of Taco Bell packets. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I think I tweet too much. It was before the game. Yeah, it was before the game. Resell them. A young, inexperienced Mahomes broke records and won. A very experienced MVP QB has struggled last year's. Why? Young Mahomes had great tackles in front of him, not second-string offensive. What's up, Latin assassin? Not second-string offensive tackles. Wake up. Yeah, I mean, the team just definitely looks different now. Part of the problem is I think they gambled a lot on Orlando Brown Jr. working out when they traded for him, gave up quite a bit of draft capital to get him, and it didn't work out in the long run. And then, like, you signed Jawan Taylor. Like, I feel like Jawan Taylor's fine, to be honest. Outside of the penalties, he's fine. He's not the problem. The problem is the left side. And when you let Orlando Brown Jr. go, you got a placeholder in Donovan Smith. You got you drafted Wanye in the 3rd round. You then drafted Kingsley in the 2nd round. Like it's not like you're not trying, but yeah, they don't have the elite tackles, I guess, like they used to. But you got probably the best interior trio. We'll see how that pans out in the long, like next year, because Trey Smith will be a free agent. Joe Tooney, he's got a year or 2 left on his deal. But yeah, I mean, Brett Veach and company, I'm sure they're well aware. I'm sure Mahomes has been telling them, but there's nothing we could do at this point in time as fans, right? I mean, it looks different. The defense is much better. A young, inexperienced Mahomes broke records and won. Not everything. I mean, they won in 2019, I guess, right? But they've won back-to-back Super Bowls. So, I mean, they're getting it done. They're not as explosive by any means. You also don't have, like, Tyreek Hill's gone, and the explosiveness in the deep game has gone down, but it was already going down with Hill here. So, yeah, it's a pretty complex situation, and I'm not like a Brett Veach apologist. He's perfect and has hit on everything, because he hasn't. He's had more hits than misses in recent years, but still struggles to hit on skilled players. Rice was a hit, to be determined on Worthy. Sky Moore was not a hit. CEH in the 1st round was not a hit. I mean, Cornell Powell, like, there's not a lot of receivers that have been hit in the Veach era. But, yeah, I mean, they've got their weaknesses, as every team does. I wish there was something else they could do at left tackle. That's why I'm kind of like, well, can you bring in Donovan Smith? Like, what else? What's it going to hurt? You know, what's it really going to hurt? Yeah, it looks different. They're still 9-0 and coming off a back-to-back Super Bowl wins, so there's still some good stuff going on there. Dude, and part of me just wishes, man, that we could have seen the Chiefs offense at full go. Healthy Hollywood, healthy Rice, healthy Pacheco. Like, I would have been curious to see what that offense would have actually looked like, because I was super excited about it. Now, obviously, if you don't get those injuries, you're not getting Juju. I get it, but maybe you'd rather have Hollywood than Juju. I don't know. You're not getting D-Hop if Rice isn't hurt, but Rice was balling out, so that sucked, and that was a friendly fire shot from Mahomes. A lot of unfortunate stuff going on, but yeah, it's the injuries have sucked. If Pacheco didn't get hurt, you don't pick up Kareem Hunt, and he's been a valuable asset for this team. Will Uche make more of a difference in the future? I mean, I hope so, Fred. He's only been here a couple weeks now, or a couple games, and you just traded for him. I don't even know his snap count. Like, I'd have to go look at the Chiefs snap counts, but I think the pass rush in a whole has to step up, man. They're bottom 7 in sacks, and that's why I'm excited for a Minihu to return. I think that's going to help everybody. I really do. Appreciate the 2. Allie with the 2. Shout out to the GOAT and the mods. Shout out. Thank you for the kind words. No, shout outs to you and the mods for always holding it down. I saw the top 5 offensive coordinators on Twitter, and the wild thing is Matt Nagy is not on the top 5. Yeah, I was trolling. I said Nagy got snubbed, but I was just trolling around. Andy Reid runs the offense. Come on now. I know this is a ways off, but do you think our first-round pick this upcoming draft will be a left tackle? So just part of the problem with that is any elite left tackle is off the board in like top 10 picks. So if you want to get a left tackle in the first round, for the most part, I mean, you're going to have to trade up to get a guy. And I'm not an expert on the draft. I don't even know how strong this draft class is as far as tackles go. I know it's a bit weaker of a QB class from what I understand. I don't know about tackles. But if you want to go get an elite guy, like a blue chip guy who's going to start from day one, you've got to go get Joe Alt. You know? When did he go? 6, 5, 4? I mean, he went so early. I don't know how the Chiefs are going to get up there. They got pick 32. But yeah, I mean, in theory, you really want to try to protect that blind side of Patrick Mahomes. And we all know from Super Bowl 55, like, you need depth. You need an O-line to hold up and last a whole season. So you need to keep taking shots at players, whether it's guards. I mean, you've got Norzad, you've got Hansen, you've got guys that you've drafted, but some more swings at some tackles would probably not hurt. If you could get a guy early, great. But the way that the board falls, it's like, well, there's no tackle that was worth getting at the end of round 1 when they did. There was nobody there. It would have been over. You would have overspent, if that makes sense. You think Andy will ever get Coach of the Year? Yeah, I don't know why they never mentioned that guy. Has he never gotten Coach of the Year ever? Ever in his whole career? I don't know that answer. But he's probably not going to get it while he's on the Chiefs just because the Chiefs keep doing well every year. Hopefully Mahomes' ankle won't fail. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's another thing. Mahomes' ankle's banged up a little bit, which is unfortunate. Jacob said trade Sky Moore to the Raiders for 3 first-rounders. I mean, sounds great to me. If Reed retires, EB or Spags will take over. I mean, I don't see Andy Reid retiring for a little while. Andy Reid is a front runner for Coach of the Year? Really? Cool. Let me look it up. How do you know that? See if I can find 2024 Coach of the Year odds. Yeah, Andy Reid's up there. Look at that. Mike Tomlin, Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn, and then Andy Reid's at number 4. Well, they're all tied. I mean, they're all tied 500. Oh, Andy Reid is tied for second. Huh. Cool. I hope he freaking gets it, dude. If they win the 3-peat, I don't know, like, is this a regular season award? Like, I think it is, right? If you go undefeated, you're going to get it. He won Coach of the Year in 2002 with the Eagles. Okay, fair enough. I mean, he probably did, Jake. Didn't Bill get it the year they went undefeated? I don't know how you could give it to somebody else. Uche had 11 defensive snaps, 5 special team snaps last week. Don't think he was with us or active for the previous week. I think he played in both games, Brian. I'm pretty sure. He got here like late the week before and suited up. 5-5. He didn't play a lot of snaps, but I'm pretty sure this was his second game with the team. Have you heard anything about signing Donovan Smith? I mean, nothing solid other than Donovan Smith is in football shape and he's ready. Yo, what's up, Yoda? Yoda's back. Back again. Yo! In baby! Said, what's good, Cole? Just made varsity basketball and I'm really excited to play. Did you ever play basketball? Heck nah, dude. I sucked at basketball. I played horse. I played horse in 21 growing up, but I was not good enough to play. That's awesome, though. Congrats to you, man. Favorite cereal? Ooh. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is goated, man. That's the Travis Kelce of cereals. Good night, Andy. Go Chiefs. Have a great night, brother. We really didn't deserve that Broncos win. Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand that mindset, but at the end of the day, it's like, how do you not deserve a win that you legitimately got? You made the final play and you got the W. So I think the Broncos had at one point a 90%, 92% chance of winning that game, but you got to play down to the final play, till the final whistle, with zeros on the clock, and that's what the Chiefs did, and they got the W. Worthy gets 5 catches and 1 TD, 65 yards. Win this week? Please. What is an irrational number with regards to cereal? I don't even know what that means. What do you mean? Dude, I love cereal so much. I don't eat it a lot, but I love it. Brian said, whoops, yeah, he had 9 defensive, 6 special teams from the previous week. Looking at the wrong game. Oh, yeah, all good. I knew he played in 2 games, but like it hasn't been a lot of snaps, right? Maybe he'll start to uptick, but then you're going to have a Minihue back as well. More depth that you can kind of rotate guys in and out. Mike Dana came back and played. I don't really recall him making a bunch of plays. I feel like Bo Nix was barely pressured. I understand he was sacked a couple times when the Chiefs blitzed, but like when they just rushed 4, I can only think of like 1 third down at the beginning of the game. Chris Jones almost got to him when he rushed off the edge. Why'd you all start talking about cereal when you were eating cereal? I don't know. Somebody asked. Remember when people always asked you what your favorite NFL team was? Yeah, I got that question so much, and I'm like, well, I think it's the Chiefs, dude. I run a Chiefs channel. You know what I mean? The beauty of football. So fun. Heck yeah. Bo Nix is a pretty humble guy. Yeah, he's a Christian guy, I think. But I'm still perplexed that isn't it him that warms up? I think Russell Wilson does it too. But they warm up to worship music. And I'm just like, bro, I need more than that. Like, if I'd be like, maybe at least some Christian rap or Christian rock. Like, if that's what you're going to roll with, I need a little bit more, dude. Our God is an awesome. Like, I need more, bro. Just saying. But yeah, he seems like a humble kid, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. You need metal? Hey, whatever it takes. And I'm not knocking him for that. Like, if that's what they truly like to listen to, and that truly gets them amped up and ready to go play football, like, okay, that's fine. Tech 9, there you go. You find out you're going to the Chiefs-Texans game? Ooh, let's go, Keith. It'll be your first time in Missouri. Get some Joe's barbecue. Love your videos. Thank you, King Zach. It relaxes you. Yeah, I can see why. I can see that being a reason. It's not to get amped up, but to get calm and just kind of like in the zone, focused, woosah, calm. Am I in Kansas or Missouri? At least I'm at Missouri. Yeah, I'm in Missouri. I do see why they Bo leave in Denver, though, for Bo Nix. He was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, he's playing pretty good ball. Like, he struggled early, and he's just playing better. I think the future's bright with Denver, with Bo Nix there, and I hate to say that, but it's true. DeAndre Hopkins going to go off today? Today? Or you mean Sunday? I'm down. Come on now. When is Chiefs Bills? Sunday at 3:30. When can I go to Joe's and not wait in line forever? Oh, you got to miss like the lunch rush. I just feel like there's always a line, though. Always a good convo. Ironclad, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for all the dono bombs, the memberships, the mods holding it down. It's always fun to be here. I'm going to get off and hang with the dog for a little bit. I'm going to finish watching this Bills and Colts game, even though I know the outcome. I just want to keep soaking up the next opponent and competitor and getting ready to make some content tomorrow. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments after I end this video. Just score prediction, some key stuff to watch out for based on the Chiefs and Bills matchup, what you're thinking as you head into this. The Chiefs head into this Week 11 game. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.
How about go Chiefs?